For an athlete to put everything on the line, the first thing they need is the line, especially if their sport is roller derby. And in St. Louis, roller derby is on a tear.
There's a lot of preconceived notions when it comes to roller derby. It's more about the athlete and about the sportsmanship now.
Look out, Gene. Hey, she's down.
Roller derby and television grew up together, but the popularity of the sport started to fade during the 1970s. Over the past 10 years, however, roller derby has been getting back on track, so to speak, thanks to a boost from the 2009 movie Whip It.
I was in my mid-30s, had a kid at home, worked 50, 60 hours a week, and needed some sort of outlet that wasn't scrapbooking or knitting or doing anything like that. So I thought roller derby sounded like right up my alley.
St. Louis's roller derby renaissance began in 2005 with a women's league called the Arch Rivals. In 2009, a men's league was created called the Gatekeepers, and they love playing the hits.
I've broken a few bones since playing, and of course, bruises galore, things like that. I mean, it's worth it to me.
Shortly after that interview, Carol went down with a shoulder injury.
It's not fake at all. It's kind of like an insult when people are like, oh, roller derby, that's fake, right?
A lot of people try to make a comparison between wrestling and roller derby because back then it was staged and there were predetermined outcomes. That's not how our sport is played now.
I don't spend 5 nights a week at a roller rink in the freezing cold with no air or heat because it's fake. I do it because it's real. It's the realest thing I've ever felt.
For Kayla Woodward, roller derby is more than a game. It has been a game changer.
As a person, I was in a really low place, and I got to be over 300 pounds. I was depressed, I had anxiety, and then when I found derby, it gave me a confidence of wanting to do something, and that athleticism, and it gave me mostly just the power to fight. And then I finally wanted to fight for myself, so I started losing the weight.
So how is roller derby played? Well, the rules can be a little bit overwhelming. But basically, roller derby is a mashup of rugby, NASCAR, and Black Friday shopping.
No, it can never be described in 10 words or less.
Players, known as blockers, are trying to keep an open path for their jammer. That's the skater with the star on their helmet. The more the jammer laps the other players, the more points the team scores.
My derby name is Magnum.
My derby name is Cruella Belville.
My derby name is Spin Diesel.
Brian Ledford, who is one of the announcers and one of the league's directors, also chose a derby name, Muckety Muck.
We don't try to spend above our means. We run a very tight ship financially. A champagne production on a beer budget.
Money is so tight, instead of paying the players pay to play. Plus, they have to buy their own equipment.
I can't think of a thing I don't like. A little bit of hips, a little bit of that. Perfect.
Derby nights in St. Louis can draw several hundred fans, the bravest of whom sit just a few feet from the edge of the track.
The fact that they can do what they can do on roller skates, the impact, and actually stay on their feet is amazing. And then they add strategy into it. It's an amazing sport.
It's exciting. I'm really excited. It's different. It's unique, and you never know what's going to happen.
The success of roller derby in St. Louis goes beyond crowd size. The local women's league is ranked internationally in the top 10, and the men's league is the most decorated franchise in the sport. But mostly, they don't do this for the trophies and titles. They do it because it's a real good time.
It's a little bit of a niche sport. We're kind of a fringe sport, is what we say. So yeah, it's definitely for people who like a new challenge, something a little out of the ordinary.
This isn't your grandmother's roller derby. It's a little bit different. Grandma got hip to the times.